Hey, how's it going, y'all? It's Hank here from Angler's Covey, and today we're going to talk about gloves. It's finally starting to get cold, and we have a very wide selection of gloves, so we're going to talk about which one fits different applications. They're all a little bit different, so we'll talk through the features of each one so you can figure out which one fits really what you're looking for. So, all the gloves that we carry at Angler's Covey are designed for a specific use and specific conditions. So we're going to talk through what each model is designed for, and you can line that up with where you're going to be fishing and what conditions you're expecting throughout these next few winter months. So we're going to start by talking about the lighter weight gloves that we carry here at Angler's Covey and stepping down into the heavier weight gloves that we carry. So starting with these lightweight wool flex gloves from Simms. These are a very thin glove, so they're a good standalone glove when it's mild outside, or a good liner underneath some heavier weight gloves. The next glove that we'll talk about is the fingerless mitt, or the half finger mitt. These gloves are an ideal fishing glove, so you can actively fish in these because you've got the tips of your fingers free, so you've got good feel in them. You can tie knots with these gloves on, you can handle line well with these gloves on. We carry 3 different styles of half finger gloves, starting with these wool half finger mitts from Simms. These are constructed out of merino wool, which is a very warm material. A lot of us wear merino wool socks. Does not block the wind very well, however, so in windier conditions, you will feel that wind bite through on your hands a little bit. So a very similar glove to that Simms wool glove that is offered by Orvis is the fleece fingerless glove. Fleece and wool behave very similarly. They keep your hands really warm, but that wind is going to bite through that glove. So like I said, windier conditions, you're going to feel that wind a little bit more. The last half finger glove that we carry is the Gore-Tex Infinium half finger mitt from Simms. These gloves are lined with Gore-Tex, so they're great at blocking the wind. So in windier conditions, they're going to keep your hands very warm, and that Gore-Tex is a great insulator. So if it's not windy, they're going to keep your hands very warm as well. So next we will talk about the full finger gloves that we carry here. Full finger gloves are great for a lot colder days. They still allow you to have a lot of dexterity in your hands because you're not condensed down into a mitten. The ones that we carry are these Gore-Tex Infinium Flex gloves. These gloves are great because they're Gore-Tex lined, so they block the wind really well, very well insulated. And a great feature of these gloves is the index finger, middle finger, and thumb have a fold-over fingertip, so you can expose your fingertips when you need to tie knots or if you need a little bit more feel when you're handling line. So the next glove that we'll talk about is the fold-over mitten style glove. These gloves are great to wear while you're actively fishing because you can fold that mitten over your fingertips to warm up your hands if you get a little cold, and then you can expose your fingertips so you have lots of dexterity in handling line or tying knots. So the 3 different options we have for fold-over mitten gloves are these soft shell convertible mitts from Orvis and these freestone convertible mitts from Simms. These 2 gloves are very similar because they're both a fleece construction, but they both have that fold-over mitten style with a half finger glove underneath that mitten, and you do have exposed thumbs with these as well. And like we talked about earlier, that fleece keeps your hands very warm but does not block the wind very well. If you're going to be fishing in windy conditions and you want a fold-over mitten style glove, these Gore-Tex Extreme fold-over mitts are going to be great for you. They've got that Gore-Tex lining, so they block the wind really well, and they'll keep your hands very warm. I personally use fold-over mittens because they're extremely versatile, so if my hands do get a little cold throughout the day, I can fold those mittens over and warm my fingertips up, but if I need to tie knots or I want to throw the streamer rig, I can have plenty of feel in that line by folding those mittens over and exposing my fingertips. Lastly, we'll talk about our heavy-duty insulated gloves. These gloves are not ideal to wear while you're actively fishing because they kill a lot of your feel in your hands, so you won't have a lot of control over your line, not going to be able to tie knots with these gloves on. But they're great to wear if you've been whacking fish all day, hands are getting a little cold, you can throw these guys on and warm up your hands on the riverbank before you get back at it. The 2 options that we have are these Pro Dry heavy-duty gloves from Simms. These do come with a wool liner, so you can throw those on underneath these gloves, and those will keep you nice and warm. And then we've got these real hefty warming hut gloves for those extra cold days when your hands get a little cold Those will keep them really, really warm. Also a good ski glove if you're into that. So all of these gloves that we talked about today are great to wear while you're actively fishing or trying to warm up your hands. But it's always good to remember that we do not want to handle fish when we are wearing these gloves. These gloves will remove that slime coat on the fish, and that can be detrimental to the fish's health. So if you want a good option to act as a liner and to keep your hands a little bit drier and a little bit warmer throughout the day, we do have some of these black nitrile gloves for sale here at the shop. That nitrile material behaves very similarly to the skin on your hands. Where you get it wet, it retains that moisture on the outside, so we're not going to remove any of the slime coat on that fish. So just remember, when you are wearing gloves out in the winter, make sure to take them off if you do have to handle a fish. If you don't want to wear nitrile gloves, just use your bare hands and maybe carry a towel on you to dry that water off so your hands don't freeze on you. So that covers all the options for gloves we have here at Angler's Covey. Feel free to come on in and try a few pairs on. We've got lots of different sizes and all these models of gloves. So come on in, check these gloves out, and in the wise words of Kelly Gallup, hope this helps you out. He's watching me pet my mustache. It's a bad habit. We clear? Clear. All right, cool. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This is good right here?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
I can't believe it doesn't give you a light or anything. But yeah,
We shot outside.
It's on.
Okay. So just like everything in fly fishing, it gets a little bit complicated. I'm
gonna dive in.